This is an Apple Mac Mini G4. I got this machine for $20, and for what it is, that was a pretty nice deal. Now, the person who sold this to me said it, or claimed it was running Snow Leopard, so I thought it was an Intel machine. However, when I got it, it turned out to be running Leopard, and it turned out to be a PowerPC G4-based Mac Mini. Now, I did get it with all the accessories I needed for it, such as the power supply, and it also came with a DVI to VGA adapter, as you can see there. So overall, it was a pretty nice deal, especially for only $20. So let me go ahead and give you a quick overview of the machine, and then we'll go ahead and boot it up. So, yeah. Alright, so on the front here, we have a slot loading optical drive. I'm pretty sure it is just a combo drive. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but I will check once we boot into OS X. And right on the bottom there we have a power LED. Now on both sides of the machine we don't really have anything at all. And for the ports we have, or starting off at the top here, we have the power button, the exhaust vent, a Kensington lock slot, the DC power input, of course proprietary, an Ethernet port. Now this Ethernet port is actually a bit messed up, as you can see. Now I haven't attempted to repair it, but even if I can't, it's really no big deal, as this machine has the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth module installed. Well, what I mean when I say that is that this machine has a separate card that the Airport Extreme card and Bluetooth card go on. So without that one card, you can't actually install an Airport card or Bluetooth card, which is kind of weird, but that's just how these machines are. So next to the Ethernet port, we have a blinking spot for a 56K modem jack. Right here we have a DVI port, which currently has a DVI to VGA adapter in it. Right here we have two USB 2.0 ports, a FireWire 400 port, and an audio output. Now on the bottom of the machine here, you can see we just have a rubber foot with some ventilation holes around the edges of it. And on the sticker up here, we can see that this is a Mac Mini G4 1.42 GHz model. It originally came with 512 megs of RAM, which is still in there. It has an 80 GB hard drive. I can't remember exactly if that's what it still has, but I'm pretty sure it is. And as you can see, it included Airport and Bluetooth from the factory. So yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and plug it into a keyboard, monitor, and mouse, and the power supply, of course. And we will go ahead and boot it up. So I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I have everything plugged in. So let's go ahead and power on the machine. Now once again, I am using that trash-picked HP like 1024 by 768 monitor, so yeah, it's not the best, but it works for testing. And this machine is running macOS 10.8.5, or 10.5.8 rather, Leopard. As you can see, it doesn't boot up very quickly, but that is common with PowerPC Macs running Leopard, especially G4s. Alright, so as you can see, it has booted up, and I do have my usual software installed, such as Microsoft Office and iLife 09. So let's go ahead into About This Mac. So as you can see here, it is indeed running 10.5.8 with a 1.42 GHz PowerPC G4 processor and 512 megabytes of DDR memory. So let's go ahead into more info here. Alright, so you can see the machine overview there. Let me go ahead into graphics and displays. As you can see here, it has an ATI Radeon 9200 graphics card. and it only has 32 megabytes of video memory. Now this card performs quite poorly under Leopard. It doesn't support Core Image. It does support Quartz Extreme, however, but all the animations are kind of laggy, and overall the user experience really isn't that great, as I'll show you. You can see the minimize animation is just pretty laggy. So is the stack animations and such. So yeah, this is running at a pretty low resolution, so that speeds up the performance at least a little bit. If I were using this on a monitor that had a higher resolution, it would probably perform even worse. So yeah, let me go ahead into disk burning and we'll see what type of drive this is. And it appears to be a combo drive, as it doesn't appear to be able to, or no, this is a SuperDrive, my bad. It can read, or it can write DVDs and CDs, so yes, it is a SuperDrive. So that's pretty nice. Let me go check on the hard drive size. I won't tell you there. Go ahead into disk utility. So yes, it does have the original 80 gigabyte hard drive installed. So yeah, this machine is perfectly original. It hasn't been upgraded at all. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Oops. So as you can see, it is connected to Wi-Fi here. Now I haven't really installed a third-party browser. I would normally use the Rocket browser on PowerPC Macs running Leopard, but Safari is pretty decent on these machines. So yeah, it works pretty well. It is pretty slow, especially when playing YouTube videos. It can hardly play at 360p. That's probably just mainly due to the poor graphics, or the poor GPU that's in this system. So I'm not really going to show that because it's not really worth showing. But yeah, that is the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. So that is an overview of the Apple Mac Mini G4. Hope you enjoyed this video.